The power of purpose in the business. Okay, they want to be together. That's awesome. Awesome. Power of purpose in the business. I like you to introduce yourself, 1 minute each to the audience before we go ahead with the question.
Hello, hello. Hello. Once again, I go by Gaffe Maloda. Professional, as I said before, I used to be a network engineer. Clock in and clock out 24/7. You want overtime, I'll be there for you. But I was slave for the money instead of the money being slave for me. So hey guys, men specific, take advantage of this opportunity. When I started, guys, you see me right now. Previous it was Godfrey chapter 1. If you meet Godfrey chapter 1, you learn away. But now it's Godfrey chapter 21. So that's what this business does on your growth, and then it gives you more opportunity moving forward. So I'm looking to share some good stuff with you guys. They said $1 million. $1 million. Please, if you can hold up, ladies, and hold up your P, because if you just get out, you're gonna miss a lot. Happened to me before. They always, $1 million P. I didn't understand. I went to P. I came back to say, man, you missed big time. So hey, if you can hold up, just hold up. When we finish, you're gonna have something gonna change your life moving forward. Thank you.
My name is Jezreel Christian. I'm the other half of the beautiful and talented Tonza Christian. Married for 20 years, going on 21. 5 beautiful children. Background, business owner, chemical inspector, administrative office, etc., etc. I'm going out, she's coming in, barely seeing each other, trying to make a living. When this opportunity came by, I saw a way that I can breathe again, that I can learn to live again. Do not take this opportunity for granted, because opportunity comes once in a lifetime that can really not only change your life, but generations to come. And this is the one. I'm glad to be among these sharp gentlemen and share information with you guys today.
I don't know how she like come back after that. Anyway, my name is James Ohanga. I'm originally from Tanzania. Actually, Houston used to be my home for 21 years. Before I was snatched by a beautiful wife. Yeah, she snatched me from Houston, Texas. I still have my Texas driver's license. Texas is still in my heart, right? I moved to California. Anyway, my background, I have a degree in petroleum engineering and also background in logistics. So before I explain a lot about me, I'll explain a lot about myself. I wanna, with engineering, numbers make sense to me. So let's do a little exercise real quick as a refresher, right? Now, everybody, go back 10 years. That is 10 years from today, in 2013, right? In those 10 years, do the average amount of money you made in a year. Don't tell your neighbor, keep it to yourself. Why do I want to keep it to yourself? Because you cannot lie to yourself.
That's right. That's right.
So keep it to yourself. Go back 10 years. If on average you are making $60,000 a year, that's the number. Keep it to your head. $100,000, $1 million, whatever it is, right? Everybody got the number in their head.
Yeah.
All right. Don't tell it to anybody, but keep it to yourself. Now, multiply that in 10 years, which is the last 10 years. So if you're making if you on average you're making $100,000 a year, multiply by 10, that's $1 million, right? If you're making 70, multiply by 10, that's $700,000. Are we together so far? All right. How much money, so that figure you got in your head, how much of that figure do you still have it and you can access it anytime you want? So let's say if your number was $800,000, your number was $1 million, that means you're making $10,000 a year, $100,000 a year, you multiply by 10, that's $1 million. And you say, I have half of that. That means you have $500,000 you can access anytime you want it without asking permission from anybody. Okay? So who can access at least 50, who still has 50% of the money they made over the last 10 years? Can anybody raise their hand? Okay, maybe 50 is too little, right? Do I need to go higher, do I need to go lower?
Lower.
All right, who has 25% of the money they made over the last 10 years? All right. Who has at least 10% of the money they made over the last 10 years? So, 5% at least. There should be at least somebody. Oh, there's a gentleman, 5%, right? Now, so this is the thing. In 2033, will be 10 years from today. If that situation still remains the same, will you be happy?
No.
Will your family be happy?
No. After sitting in here?
Do you know that's middle class America, which is called the American dream? But just like a dream. Did anybody dream last night? I mean, somebody had some kind of dream last night. But the alarm went off or the light came off and you woke up, oh, it was just a dream. So guess what? That's the reality of America. So now ask yourself be very honest to yourself. By 2033, if that situation is still the same, will you be happy with yourself? Will your family be happy with yourself? Anyway, so that was the reason why I did what I did for my 3 children and my family. So that's my introduction.
That was powerful. I'm not sure if you get something out of that. As a licensed professional, I just get another powerful hint to overcome objection from people today. You imagine what he said? 10 years ago, up till now, calculate how much you have made in income. Do you have half of that saved anywhere that you can have access to without bringing any collateral? The answer is no for almost everybody. Do you have 25%? We can say moderate and we don't see 15 or 10%. And if you don't do something differently, in another 10 years, it's going to be the same story. But you have the opportunity to start something today, to discipline yourself, to save for yourself or your family, where you will have access to that money when you need money, and you will not need to rely on bank or credit card. I don't know if you are getting what I'm getting. Ooh, that was powerful.
Yeah.
All right. Something is very common here and unique. When we have the wonderful ladies, who can tell me what was common with them all? They were all from nursing background, nurse practitioner, nurse managers. Guess what? We have their husbands on the stage. And guess what? I can see retired engineer, retired engineer, retired engineer, retired engineer. Woo! That is so powerful. I never even thought about that. I was just like, okay, whoever put this time together, oh my goodness, as if it's kind of just divine to me.
Amen.
Their wives are retired from secular job and they can manage their family, manage their business, even from the comfort of their home. They have control of their time. Husbands have time for family, they have time to run the business wherever you go. If you are here today and something is not clicking to you, I don't know what to say. It's not about your profession, whether you are an engineer or you are not. It's about freedom from the system.
Right.
We call it JOB 40 scam. You work for 40 years, 40 hours a week for 40 years, and at the end of it all, you are hoping to get a retirement benefit, but you get 40% of what you are thinking to get. We call it 40 scam. So think about it today. So, thank you so much for this powerful introduction. I'm going to go into a few questions and answers just because of our time. I'm going to start from my brother, Mr. James. Why did you join this business? In 2 minutes.
All right, so true story. Regina, my wife, some of you know her, some of you don't. She was a registered nurse at the time. I was still back in Fort Texas and California. She called me one day and said, hey, I found out this thing, I'm quitting my nursing career and I'm starting. All right, so this is a true story. And I told her this, whatever you drink, whatever you smoke, wait till in the morning, when all the effects are out, then tell me what you just told me. This is true story, I'm not making it up. You can tell, yeah. You guys were in Vegas together. Yeah, because it was midnight there in Vegas. You guys know Vegas, right? So tell me, this is true, I'm sober, I'm right. I'm not misleading you. Tell us this true story. So, she came to me the next morning, she called me for real, we had a real talk and everything. So, this is a guy talk, right? As a man, when you get married, there is being right and having peace of mind. So I had a choice. Should I be right or should I have peace of mind? So this is what I told her. I chose the latter, right? I wanted peace of mind. You don't never argue with a woman, right? So this is what I told her. This is true story. I'm not making anything up. So I told her, whatever it is, I don't believe in what you're jumping into. You can vouch on me on that one. But I believe in you. If you know this thing is going to work for us or for you, even just for you alone, what do you need me to do? Because I wanted peace of mind.
Thank you so much for that. I love when you said, whatever you are smoking, whatever they are giving you to drink, you can get that out of your mind. And you just gonna wake up one day and tell your husband you're gonna go quit your job? Really? How are you gonna leave? That was interesting. Thank you so much for sharing that. Then I'm gonna go to my brother, Jeffrey. What are some tips for maintaining a healthy relationship while running a business together with your partner? There could be frictions, there could be diverse ideas, misunderstanding. What will you counsel based on your experience with your wife? Tips to have a healthy relationship while still running this business?
Awesome. Tips for a healthy relationship while running a business. The first and I think most vital and important tip is to keep God first.
Yes. Yep.
Why is that? Because it was his design for a man to be with a woman. But not for the woman to dominate the man or the man to dominate the woman, but for both of you to dominate a thing or things.
Come on.
Right? And so, in knowing and understanding that, then you must now ask yourself, well, what is the why? What's the vision? What's the dream? What's the goal? And if you can figure out why you are in the platform for the dream, the vision, and the goal, then you must now understand what type of business you're in. Because if you understand the type of business you're in, which is people, you got to understand, well, what are people fighting for? Now, everybody would say, well, okay, well, I need to make a lot of money, but why? No one in this room wants to make money to buy a car. You really don't want to make money to buy a big home. You really want to make a whole lot of money so you can do what you want with the money on your own time. So if you understand that you're in business with people who wants to buy back their time, to take that money and enjoy the money to buy whatever they want, then your relationship should be synced into the dreams and goals that you want to have the money for to enjoy the time.
Thank you so much, Jeffrey. Just like James mentioned, he said something when he answered his question, that did you want peace of mind or want to be right? He chose to have peace of mind. And that peace of mind conception led him to sit down with the wife and dialogue and discuss way forward. If you believe in this and you think it's going to work, what do you need me to do to support that vision, to make it work? Look at that. It's not an issue of dominance. It's not an issue of I am right, you are wrong. And listen to what my brother just said right now. Coming into agreement with your partner. You are not fighting for dominance, who is superior. It's not an issue of who is older or why this time. It's the issue of what are our whys. What are our driving forces? What are the common goals that we are trying to attack? We have needs, we have bills to pay, we want to live a good life. You think this is going to bring in the opportunity we're looking for? How can we come together? He said it's about focusing on the goals, on the vision, dominating the things, not dominating your partner. When we remove the mentality of trying to dominate your partner, both sides, we will both win.
Yes.
And we are trying to dominate things. No force will be able to pull us aside and we'll be able to win that common enemy, which we are trying to fight. Thank you so much for those shares. Hello. And I'm going to go to my EMD, my brother Godfrey. How did you get started in this business? I know you touched on it, but I would like you to emphasize on that more.
Oh, thank you so much. For the ladies, first of all, congratulations. Because I was introducing the business by my wife.
See that?
Okay? So, to keep the story short, she didn't force me in the business. She just involved me in the business from the beginning. She was so smart because she knows, as an African man, I have my own things going on. I had my own computer job. I had my own business learning. I used to clock in, clock out, making good money. So what she did, it just involved me. So we used to have in-person meetings. Those in-person meetings, she always, when she registered as couples. She come to me, hey Garfield, how's your schedule going on October 20th, 25th? I say, I have kids, let me check my schedule. The kids are doing basketball, the girl, she has cheers, the other one has a game. It's like, okay, good. She just keep it quiet like that. And then she started working on the back, trying to find somebody gonna cover all those activities I'm supposed to be involved. You see? And then she come back to me, okay, you say on this day you're not available, so I hired somebody to take the kids to their sports. Go to their sports. So I just need you that day 8 hours. I register for this training as couples. I want your support. So I used to go to the meeting. So during the meeting, me with my egos, I have my bachelor, I'm school taking my master's. One time we were at the meeting and they introduced themselves. There's one African guy stand up. He said, oh, I'm a nurse practitioner. I'm from mainland. My wife and I, we are working on this business full time. Then another one stand up, I'm a doctor. I retired my wife, I retired, I'm doing this business full time. The other guy stand up, I have PhD. I quitted lecturing, I'm doing this business full time. And then I look on the other side, and then this side was Lillian, this side was Jen. They're all pumped up, and then I'm looking at them like, Lillian, what's going on up here? And then honestly, back in the inner cycle of my heart, I start asking myself, Garfield, who are you? You had doctors, you had nurse practitioner, you had people with PhD. Right now you're in school taking your master. And then I was like, I need to put my ego aside. I need to talk to this gentleman and see exactly what's going on. And then they told me what to do. I didn't talk to my wife anything. And then I was now transformation, learning these people how they're doing the business. And then after 3 weeks, my wife, she's already started making money in the business. We share in the banking account. And then I saw $2,000 in the account. I said, Jen, what's going on? There's $2,000. You're going to get paid next week. What's going on up here? And then, we get paid twice. Tuesday and Friday. Then on Friday, I see another $2,000. There's $4,000. What's going on up here? And then she's like, my wife, she's like, oh, it's a business. I've already told you, girlfriend. I was like, you know what? If that's all it takes, sign me in. That's what I'm saying.
Thank you so much. That is so powerful. He said something. He said, my wife did not force me to join the business. But look at the wisdom of a woman. He kept making excuses. Oh, I have to take the kids to basketball. I have this, I haven't. The lady, the wife did not say anything. She go and hire somebody to do that. Because there was a training, he wants him to listen. And he tried and made sure he covered all the excuses. So when he told him, oh, I hired somebody to do that, to do this, what's your next excuse not to be able to attend the training? His hands were down. But when he opened his mind to go and sit and listen to the training, the same thing happened to me. The first time I got called, I was like, I'm an engineer, I work in a petrochemical industry, somebody sent me to come and do life agent. I was like, I don't have time for this. I told my own story. When Paul called me, he said, I am a nurse, but I retired from my nursing. In just 1 year, I've made $250,000. My pen just dropped. I was like, how much did I get paid with my degree, with everything, calculation and planning, and running around in the chemical plants? That was a turning point for me. He went to that meeting. He met other gentlemen, PhD holders, nurse practitioners, people that you think you are bigger than. Then when they tell you, they drop all that and this is what they are doing. And it's meeting their needs. You understand? So if you're also here today, you are doubting or you are thinking, how can this work for me? It has worked for others. It will work for you. It's a matter of mindset. Say mindset. Mindset. We need to work on that. Thank you so much. Next question, as we round up, just one more question more. My brother James, what challenges do you face as a couple and how do you resolve them?
That's a very good question. But anyway, let's put the concept first before I answer the question. Tonight, I mean, when we leave here, there's the bathroom over there, right? Whenever we use the bathroom, we wash our hands, right? Now, can you wash one hand at a time by itself?
No. Ooh, that's
Why
good.
not?
That's good.
Right. So the question, when I introduced myself, I asked a question about the 10-year period, right? And about how much income you still have saved. So that was my problem. It was actually kind of like an epiphany I had back in 2010, but I never knew the solution, right? And that was one of the main reasons using numbers actually started the business. So back to the question, what challenge do you face? Now, most people in life are always looking for something, for a solution. You're looking to make something extra, you're looking to improve your life, you're trying to improve your family and everything, right? When you find the solution, most people will always go to faith, you pray, despite what religion you have. We always kneel down and pray, we consult a higher deity, we pray and ask for something. Do you know every time you pray for something, you get the answer, your prayers get answered? But unfortunately, we never receive the answers the way we wanted to receive them. We don't like the answers. I'm not trying to preach or be spiritual, I'm just trying to make a concept. So, I too found an opportunity, but one of the challenges is this. When the answer comes, because you don't like the way it's not coming in your convenience, you're gonna have to become inconvenient in order to receive it and actually take it off with it. So, what is the number one challenge you have? Most of us who have joined this one, you had a previous career. And your previous career in corporate America, people don't know that you have programming of your brain. Programming of your brain because they want you to be an employee. And if you have worked for over 5 years, the program is within you. So when you venture into entrepreneurship, you have to deprogram your brain. Now, if I have a cup, somebody hold a cup for me. Ma'am, hold a cup for me. Hold a cup for me. Somebody volunteer and hold a cup for me. If that cup is full of water right now, all the way to the top, all the way to the brim, and you want to add orange juice to it, can you do it? Why not? It's going to spill over. So that was my number one. That was the first challenge, is that you're coming from an employment mentality, employment set and employment programming, and you're jumping to something else. In engineering, right? We're in operations. We're coming to an industry where you're coming to do administration. That means you gotta lead people. You gotta provide service to people. So I had to empty my cup of employment. I had to reprogram my mind. And that process is usually not easy. Imagine right now, someone tells you that the people you knew as your parents were not. You were adopted. Right? That's the concept when you're gonna, okay, what do you mean by that? How exactly that is? I mean, you're gonna question and challenge that. So that's exactly the reprogram. So number one thing was the change, right? And once you change that, then you're getting into business. Remember I gave you an analogy of washing your hands, right? In order for this business to work, it's just like a child. It takes two people to create a child. It takes two people. It is more effective, rather, let me use the word. It's more effective when two people are involved to run this one. Now, if your significant other gets to do something, go ahead and support her. Remember what I said about peace of mind? Because I realized that she believes in this. I didn't see the opportunity, but it was my duty to make sure that I support her. So, in that support her, the two of you are working in conjunction, just like you washing your hands, right? There will be roles, because there will be responsibilities in the business. That means there will be roles. Just like in your household, for those who have significant others, you don't do everything, neither that he or she does everything. There's some stuff you do, there's some stuff she does or he does, right? Now, when those roles come in this industry, they're not gender roles. They are responsibilities in the industry. So the challenges that most people usually face is that I'm the man. I don't do that. Oh, I'm the lady. I'm supposed to do this, right? So the point is this: you're gonna face challenges. The challenge is that defining the roles, realizing what the responsibilities are. But if you're willing to learn, you're willing to empty the cup of yours, and willing that I'll be able to receive something else and go through the curve, yes, everything after that is a cakewalk.
Thank you, Mr. James. My takeaway, you have to empty yourself of old concept to be able to take this new concept, to be able to forge ahead. It's very challenging when you're trying to use your nominal previous experience in your regular job and trying to impose it maybe on your partner or to do this business. You have to come in clean, like you don't know anything and you are willing to learn. That's the only way to progress. If you're doing I know it all, we've seen a lot of people, and it's very difficult to learn or to make progress in this industry. What he's saying is you have to be coachable, as empty yourself and be ready to receive fresh ideas and ready to learn, and you can make progress very fast. Thank you so much for sharing that. And to my brother, Jeffrey, how can couples leverage their strengths to build a successful business? You and your wife, you've been in this business for a while, you have been successful. How can you share some of the insight on how couples can leverage their strengths to build?
Absolutely. So we press for time, so I'm going to be very fast. Know what you're good at and know what your spouse is good at. So number one, there's no confusion. And number one, you can work in sync. One can chase 1,000, two can chase 10,000. But I want to bring a scenario of the Clydesdale horses, right? One Clydesdale horse can pull 8,000 pounds by itself. But two Clydesdale horses in sync can pull 32,000 pounds. Wow. So think about your future, the team that you're trying to build, the business you're trying to build, and where you're trying to go. Would you prefer to do it by yourself? If you're single, I respect you. Guess what? The team should be your wife. But if you're married, testimony. But if you're married, you and your wife should pull together, find out what you're good at, Find out what she's good at. Now, if you're good at the same thing, then you do the same thing. But if she's just a little bit better, you allow her to do it. Ego is not your amigo. I hear that a lot, right? Ego is not your amigo. The number one thing is know what the vision is, know what the dream is, know what you're trying to accomplish. And two, can pull 2,000, but only one can pull only 8.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. He quoted from the word of God. 1 shall chase 1,000, 2 shall chase 10,000. In mathematics, that's what we call geometric progression. As compared to arithmetic progression. It's a one horse we pull 8,000, but 2 horses we together pull about 32,000. That's the power of couples working together in this business. It brings astronomical growth into the business rather than individual that is trying to do it alone. I mean, we have individuals that are successful, like you said, respect to those that are singles, but if you are married, find a common ground, apply wisdom to bring your partner into the business. It brings a lot of change and convenience to run the business. Thank you for sharing that. And lastly, I'm going to give this to Godfrey. What is your big why in this business? We all have what is projecting, what is propelling us to live on a daily basis, to go ahead, to achieve what we are trying to achieve. We have that vision, we have that goal. What will you consider to be your big why that is propelling you in this business?
Thank you so much for a good question. Actually, Jen and I, when she introducing the business, we didn't sit down to have both of us the same one. She just asked me, if you are doing this business, what's your big why? So she has a big why, I have my big why. My big why, as I said before, which keep me at the edge of the bed. Keep me working so hard every day to make sure that I fulfill that big why. My big why started a long time ago, but to cut it short, guys, as we middle class sometimes say, as we poor people, we work so hard every day, double shift, pick everything available about your job. We never have time to figure out how the money works in this country. We never have time to figure out why the rich are becoming richer and why the poor are becoming poor every day in this country. As soon as I had that education for the first time and understand it, I was like, you know what? I need to explain everything and to everybody specific. I can start with my own family, and then after that I can go to my community. So when we come back to my family, those 3 kids, those are my big why. They keep me on my toe every day to make sure that I fulfill my dreams. My kids before this business, if you ask them, what are you planning to be in the future? The boys are gonna tell you, I just want to be like engineer like dad. The girls are gonna say, oh, I want to be a doctor or nurse like mom. And as soon as my wife and I we decided to be full-time in this business, it totally changed our entire family. My kids right now, if you ask them, what you gonna become in the future? They're gonna tell you, I wanna learn that in mommy's business. If not that, I'm gonna have my own business. I don't wanna wait to any other woman, to any other man in this world. That means they are listening, they are following what dad and mom is doing. That's my biggest why I'm here today. Thank you.
Wow. You can imagine how the perspective of parents is changing the thinking of the entire family and redirecting their focus for the future. The kids started thinking, I don't want to go work for people, I want to be a businessman. When I grow up, I want to run the business like that and mommy and mommy, because they see they can see on a daily basis how that has changed compared to when mommy is leaving by 5 a.m. and coming back by 7 p.m. and that is also going out and out without time for the family. The kids, they are noticing everything. And so that's a big why that can propel any one of us, family first, and our community, and also to help others. Thank you so much for all those great points. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Please, let me give a round of applause.